Starlink or MTN Fibre? Um, Short answer, MTN Fibre. But I want to kind of like break it down into as much details as possible to help anyone who is looking to make a decision have like the knowledge they need to make a better decision. Because even though I said short answer, MTN Fibre is not as obvious as it might seem, or it might look like. There are pros and cons to having Starlink or MTN Fibre. I have both. I've had Starlink for a while, and I've had MTN Fibre for over a month, and I've kind of like tested both back and forth. And here's what I have to say about that. So first of all, the most important thing anybody's looking for when it comes to internet, most people look for, is speed. Um, Both of them are fast. Okay, the Starlink is fast. When I first installed it, I had over 200 Mbps on an average day, but currently it doesn't get it anymore. I barely get 50 on some days. Some days I get 20, which is fine. Like internet speed in itself is relative. It's relative based on the number of users and devices connected to it. So there's something called the bandwidth. And let's assume you have a bandwidth of, I'm just going to say we have a bandwidth of 100 Mbps. Okay, if you're only connected to one device that is just pulling about 10-50 Mbps from it, 100 Mbps is like well enough to do for like that one device. But if you have like 10 people connected, and those 10 people are pulling like 15 Mbps each from that 100 Mbps network connection, then definitely like the internet connection is going to be slow, because 10 people pulling 15 Mbps each is not enough. Basically, speed is relative. And so because speed is relative, 50 Mbps on an average day from Starlink, or even less than that, might not be enough for you. But it is enough for me, because I don't have that much devices connected to my internet. Second thing is that MTN has, so Starlink speed is fixed. No matter how, the subscription fee is fixed, the speed is fixed. There's no tiers, or there's no level. But MTN has tiers and level with their own speed. So there's 30k for 50 Mbps, 45k for, I believe, is 100 Mbps. Yeah, so they're just different payments and different tiers. I paid for the lowest, for 30k for 50 Mbps, because again, like I said, that's sufficient for me. But like, if you need more speed, you can definitely get more speed with the MTN Fibre. Even though I paid for just 50 Mbps for 30k, I constantly get 49 Mbps every time I do a speed test. 49 on the dot every time I do a speed test. The speed fluctuates less than Starlink. Or Starlink might be having a bad day and might be seeing 15, and nothing is even wrong. It's not like as if anything is wrong. It's just 15 Mbps today. That's all you get. So that is the thing with concerning speed. If you're looking at speed, for sure MTN Fibre has speed, more speed. But speed is not latency. Download speed rather is not latency. Latency too can be considered as speed, but it's not necessarily download speed. And latency on both is actually really good. Again, I will also choose the MTN Fibre, which again, like I'll say, like Starlink used to have really good speed and really good latency, but I don't know what's going on recently. It's just poor. MTN has been flooring the Starlink in all speed tests. Anything that concerns speed tests, MTN wins. But beyond speed, something that I think is also very important, which to me is even more important than other people would like to admit that is important, is reliability. And when it comes to reliability, we're still in trenches, guys. We're still in trenches all around. We're not making it out from the trenches. Starlink, first of all, has an issue with weather. So if rain is falling, I think this is common knowledge at this point. Everybody knows this. If rain is falling or there's bad weather, your Starlink internet just tanks, just goes down, it becomes bad. In fact, that is one of the primary reasons why I opted to get MTN fiber, because of the issue with bad weather and rain. And we're in Lagos, we're in Nigeria, which, and we're going into the rainy season, which rain can fall like continuously for simultaneous days. But yeah, I didn't want to have to deal with internet issues because rain is falling, so I got the MTN fiber. Only that MTN also has network downtime. Now, Starlink has network downtime when rain is falling. MTN has random network downtime. Like, you can just wake up today and there's no network on the MTN fiber. Like, it's not good. Nothing is happening, no rain, it's just not going for a couple of minutes. Sometimes, like, I think, yes, 2 days ago, yeah. 2 days ago, like around like 12, like, MTN is not going. No network. You can't do anything in that moment. So unlike people like me who have both MTN and Starlink, or have an alternative network that you can switch to, if you are the person that has just MTN fiber, the days that MTN decides that you don't have network today, go to hell. There's nothing you can do. It's just, you just have to wait it out, and it's not really a convenient solution for someone like me who's a remote worker, because you might have like a meeting, an important interview or something, and you already set the date ahead. Let's say Monday by 12 noon, and Monday by 12 noon your MTN router just showing red. It's like, great, wow, so it's the day of all days. So like, it being random, having network downtimes and the network downtowns being just random is something that is quite scary for people who really depend on internet for their work. And so for someone like me, it does not give me the confidence to solely use MTN fiber, because I don't know when the next network downtime will be. It's just, again, random. And hence why I say that we're still in trenches when it comes to availability, because I can't depend on the MTN fiber, I can't depend on the Starlink. But at least for the Starlink, I know that is when rain is falling, that's when it will go bad. But MTN fiber is like, it's just totally random. Also, the other thing I want to mention is when it comes to IP blockage. I don't know if it's a Nigerian thing. I believe it's a Nigerian thing, or I like, what I'm trying to say is that basically there's certain websites or apps that I try to use with MTN fiber and it does not open. It doesn't go. It just says the internet or the website trying to reach is unreachable, or like connection. It doesn't go. It just doesn't go. When I switch to Starlink, it goes. MTN doesn't go. Starlink goes. I can like drop maybe some of those websites in the comments, but yeah, like if you try to use your MTN, like try to use your normal MTN, it doesn't even have to be MTN fiber. Try your normal MTN network, or your normal Airtel. I tried an Airtel too, it didn't also go. That's why I knew that it wasn't a MTN thing. It was more like a Nigerian thing, that those websites do not go. So yeah, that is one problem I also have with MTN fiber. There's an easy and simple solution for that. I just have to use a VPN. But having to use a VPN to open websites that Starlink just opens normally is still kind of like something on the red line. And that is more concerning when you factor in the fact that we're in a country where the government can wake up tomorrow and block Twitter. And then if the government wakes up tomorrow and say, I don't want my citizens to access this website anymore, MTN, as being a Nigerian network, has to comply. And so you are thereby restricted from using the internet in ways that you did not plan for, because the government has given an order. And I'm not saying that cannot happen with Starlink. It definitely can. Government can force Starlink to make certain changes. It's just less unlikely than MTN. It's more likely with MTN. Like if the government blocks Twitter today, maybe Starlink might take a week to comply. MTN is going to take like 30 minutes to comply, and that's it. So those are the issues. Like blockage of IP websites and certain things with the MTN side of things is also like an issue, a concern with me for with MTN. Um, the MTN is cheaper, obviously. I don't know how I skipped over that, but yeah, when it comes to the plans, you can get, again, the cheapest plan on MTN is 30,000 naira, and the installation is free. The router, everything you get is free. It's just you just have to pay for the plan, which is 30K, which is great. So it's very cheap to get into, and then it's also very cheap to maintain. However, Starlink is very expensive to get into. You have to buy the whole kit and stuff, which is around 700,000 naira now. You can obviously like split payments and then pay in installments using like apps like CDK, but it's still a lot. It's a lot to get it. It's a lot to just drop 700,000 naira that you want to pay an internet plan. If you take that 700,000 naira and invest into MTN Fiber, that will last you for a while. Okay, it lasts for a while. You pay 30K every month. It lasts you for a long while before you finish 700K. And that's not the subscription plan. The subscription plan is different. Not only is the subscription plan different, the subscription is not longer available in Lagos. So in Lagos, you are basically out of luck when it comes to subscribing to Starlink because they are out of capacity. So you might want to look to subscribe through third party options like I do. And third party options, me, like for example, I subscribe to a third party option, and for that third party options, I pay 86,000 naira every month for Starlink subscription. 86K, 30K, 86K, 30K, minus the 700K I paid. It's too expensive. It's too expensive for the value you get. MTN definitely provides more value at a way cheaper amount. It's just that, again, like I said, MTN can just decide today that you're not having internet, and it's up to you to figure that out. So yeah, when it comes to money value that you get in MTN, for sure. The last thing I'll talk about is power usage. So if you have an inverter, if you have an inverter or a solar, or even if you don't have inverter and solar, you just like very careful about your light bill. You have like what's it called? I'm trying to remember, prepaid meter. So Starlink uses more wattage than the MTN router, for sure. Starlink uses about 100 watts to run. The MTN router, I'm not sure of how much watts he uses to run, but I'm definitely sure that it's way lower than the Starlink, which means that if you have inverter and batteries or solar, having Starlink will use more of your battery power and will make your inverter last less than having MTN Fiber. MTN Fiber is cheaper. It's just cheaper to run. Also, when it comes to inverter, batteries, or even your light bill, you definitely have less light bill or buy less units by having MTN in comparison with having Starlink router. So I believe that's it when it comes to any comparisons between Starlink and MTN Fiber. But if there's anything I've missed or anything you want to know, like I said, have both, you can just drop it in the comments, and I'll be glad to answer your questions.